the truth of the matter is that you are, what you're blessed with, give thanks.
Yeah.
Give thanks and work at keeping it as best you can. It's your house. Your body's your house. Clean your house, look after your house, invest in your house, but don't change something. You know, when you've got to change something in a house, you've got to get planning permission. Because they know that thing can fall down. Take out that wall, that thing will fall down. Because the reason why it's there is for a reason. So
listen, when they start removing teeth and then all of a sudden people go, TMJ, you heard of that?
No.
It's some joint problem. But anyway.
No, but that's a good point, because people are rushing off to get their tooth done. And I was talking to a dentist and they were saying to me, all very well they're going to get their teeth on the outside done. But underneath, they've blocked the work that needs to be done.
Yeah.
So you go and cover up your tooth in Turkey.
Yeah.
And then come back and go, I need to have a root canal. And we got to go in.
And screw it in.
Because they don't care about that bit. All they're doing is the veneer. They're taking out, they're covering the stuff on top. That's like life.
Yeah.
You don't do the work, the inside work, the spiritual work. And, you know, spiritual work is so important.
Definitely.
Because, you know, I was raised in the church. I grew up in the church. I was raised Kojic. I was, you know, grew up quite strict. You know, grandma, evangelist, granddad, deacon. I was a church girl. And then I left church, went out into the world, stayed out there for a good 30 years. And then one day, something was missing. I just thought, I miss church. I miss my relationship with God. I miss gospel. I miss this whole feeling of just connecting with God. You know, I partied hard back in the day. I raved hard. I've done things. I've met that person. I've done all the things on my to-do list. And I just felt lonely. I felt empty. And I remember going to church and just hearing the gospel music again and thinking, oh my God, that feeling, man. That feeling of church and that, you know what I mean? Just hallelujah. And I thought, I missed this. Then there was an article, went back, gave my heart to Christ. And that was nearly 8 years ago.
Yeah, wow. Time has flown.
It really has. And my life since then is just really at peace. I'm at peace. I'm at peace with the fact that, one, I know where I'm going when my time comes. So I'm not worried, because growing up in the church, they would say, give your heart to the Lord, because when Judgment Day comes, when the rapture comes, you don't want to be left out. You're thinking, you know what, I don't want to...
I feel that.
You know what I mean? And then you start thinking of, just in case, I don't make it home. You're really thinking, suppose you're right.
Suppose you're gone and I'm still here. I'm still here.
Yes, that means you didn't get caught up. And this ain't no Anita Baker, caught up in the rapture of love. This is real. And it really made me just go, I need it.
Yeah.
And my life changed because I was walking on air. You know, it was like when I came, my language changed, my wants changed, my dreams changed. I was more focused on God and what God wanted for me.
Yeah. And
that really was healing for me. And that was, you know, even though people don't teach us, you know, in the world that we're in, oh, you're a Christian or this or whatever, I don't care how you saw me. I wasn't trying to play no quiet game like a quiet Christian over there.
Yeah.
Because God said, you be ashamed of me, I'm going to be ashamed of you. I'm like, no, God.
Listen.
Lord. I was in my new world, and what I realised that, you know, what does God want from me? I started to seek him more. I started to be in that place of, this is good. You know, because growing up in the church, I'm telling you this now, they made church they made God boring, man. I have to say, they sold God short.
Undersold this, brother.
So listen, I want to go back into the paper and go, no, he does that.
Yeah.
He actually does this.
Exactly.
Too, and he does this as well. And guess what? It's free.
Yeah.
So I had to undo church for me. Yeah. And then go into this new place of, you know, I want a relationship with God, because I didn't want it to be about religion and what the church says I must do this and what. I'm going to seek him for myself. I'm going to enjoy my relationship with him, and I'm going to go 1-to-1 with him. And that was the best thing I could have done.
100%.
So I don't know, because you went to church. Yeah. Growing up in the church.
Yeah, I hated it. Oh man, it feels so bad saying it now, but oh my gosh, man, I'd be like, nah, not every Sunday, dude. Not every Sunday. I couldn't get with it, man. It's just like, I don't know how it's supposed to change, but it just felt cold. Like, maybe it was physically cold and I was just like, I need to be in the warmth, brother.
Yeah.
But it just felt cold, and I'm like, when I look back now, I think, how could it be cold? That's the least place that...
It should be cold.
Yeah. But I have my eyes have been changed to religion now. When I was saved last year with Grandma, that was like the start of the journey. No one sees it as a journey. I didn't. I saw it as like a saved, good.
Yeah.
No more sins.
Yeah.
But if there's one thing that people can take away, is that it's a whole journey, man. Like, when I first became a Christian, I didn't even read the Bible much. The only Bible reading I was from church. And then after that, I'd just be like, okay, going back to what was happening.
Done my bit for the day.
Like, the week until I come back. But now I'm like, I'm in a different space. I feel closer to God because I read his word. And I read his word and I think, all the things that like religion and church puts on it, what churches put on it is just irrelevant. It detracts from the word of God. And there is some truth in some of the things that they say, but it's surrounded by their own judgments.
The truth of the matter is, it's a process.
Definitely.
And some of the things that I've never understood that became clear to me was very much like later in my life. I was like, that makes sense. So things get dressed up in different books.
Yes.
Like people go, as a man thinketh, so is he.
Yeah.
And then, you are what you think.
Yeah.
Right, the Bible says, so a man thinketh, so is he. And that book says, you are what you think. And then you start to go, you're taking biblical things and whatever and making it into something that's maybe palatable for you. Take God out of it, and then everybody will want it. Yeah. So going back to the Bible and going, you know what, that makes sense. The word is going to save me. And it's a journey. It's not overnight. We're not getting it. Yeah. Because there was a time with you that I was really worried about you.
Okay, yeah.
I was worried about you because you were very, you were low. You were depressed. And I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to reach you. You think, I can't judge by your lifestyle. Like, you've got a home, you've got family, you'll never want for anything, as best we can. And I don't know how I couldn't make you happy. That was hard.
Yeah. Yeah, you know what? The only thing I can think about that time is that you just don't... My brain couldn't even think like that. My brain back then couldn't think like how I'm thinking now. And I don't even know... I know what the change was. The change was going to church and being introduced to the word, slowly but surely. But I think the best thing that you could have done, which is what you did, was give me time to figure it out and give me time to come out of it. Because there have been so many times where people just want to be like, oh man, you gotta be active, you just gotta go to the gym, you just gotta change the way you think and change your clothes. And it's like, I'm just not hearing you, brethren. I need you to start talking now because you're actually stressing me out. I'm going to lay down.
Because that's the thing, you'd be sleeping. You slept a lot. And I'll be sometimes outside of your room door just praying. Just saying, God, please, whatever it is that's making her feel so low and sad, just touch her, you know what I mean? And I think, then I got the counselling because I thought to myself, you can't talk to me. Because sometimes when you're going through stuff, you protect people. And you go, oh, I'm all right. And I can see it because your eyes were just like cold.
Wow.
And sad.
Yeah.
And, you come out and do certain things, but then you go back into your room and you made your room into this special place. You got this TV, you got your this, you got everything. Everything you want is just in your room. So you didn't have to come out. Yeah. But counselling was going to be something that you could do without me, i.e. you didn't have to protect me. And that was really, I think, the turning point.
Definitely. Completely. And there were so many things at that specific time that contributed to the turning point, because it was the counselling, it was you in Jamaica, and it was me getting my first job, and it was church, and it was all these things that came together to get one result. Because if I was doing one of those things at one time, I probably would have slipped back. I definitely feel like when I look back, I can only see it as God. So I can only see it as God driving these 4 pillars in my life to hold me up, and there's no like place for the foundation to be rocky. It was just all coming up at one time, because I developed confidence in my job in graphic designing, because that was my first job. I developed confidence in going to the church, because that contributed to bringing me out of my shell, being around people and just talking, and being without you, because you're like an icebreaker. I'd be like, oh, she's gonna talk to them, I don't need to do nothing. But you gone, I'd be like, I gotta talk now, like damn. Yeah. So that happened. Yeah. And then I started developing my own voice to articulate my feelings with the counselor. And being away from you just like made me a bit more independent. Yeah. It forced me to be independent, because I had to look after, like, take care of the house with daddy's help, and it was like, damn, she does a lot. She does a lot. To even remember to water plants is crazy. Because considering how many plants we have, it's like 20 times I've got to go to the sink. Yeah. Like, it sounds like, no, she doesn't want to do check.
And then you go, oh,
right. You
over there dying by yourself. There's water in you. But it's true. Yeah, you're right. You're right. It's turning point, and
definitely
that kind of like independent. Because I felt the same when I was in Jamaica. I kept thinking, sometimes I want to make it easy, and I shouldn't have. I should make it hard. I remember when I was sick and I came out of hospital, and you were cooking some dinners, and I'm like, so all this time you could have done this. You know what I mean? So all this time you're gonna give me asparagus with salmon and potatoes, and it was lovely, because it was almost like I had to sit back and let you do that. But because you got the training, you know how to do it. Training, but you know. So watching you develop by yourself, I started to go, oh, yeah, you have to go the road by yourself. Yeah, there's nothing I can do. Yeah. And so watching you slowly come out of that dark place, and people say to me, how's Tru? And I'd be like, I don't know, she's all right. She's coming through. Because Tru, I'm telling you, it was very worrying. It was very depressing to see you so sad. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? And carrying this cloud of not knowing what it is. And then starting to see a breakthrough, because every time you do the counselling, you'd call me in Jamaica. Yeah. And I'd be like, so how was it? And you're like, good, we talked about this, we talked about that. And I started to see a light coming from you. Wow. Yeah, it was almost like, wow, that was good to do that. Yeah. Because I don't think, I don't underestimate the power of counselling. For real. Because if people need to talk, because you don't have to protect me. You can dump and then come back and talk to me after that. And then you start to come to church. Because the church that we go to is a small church. Like, if there's 10 people there, it's packed. That's how small it is. Our Pastor Ruth, is
Bible preaching.
Awesome.
Amazing.
Just a loving, kind. I mean, you can go to a church where a pastor calls you in the week and says, how are you?
No, seriously. I even, it feels like an auntie, I'm just going to go see my auntie on Sunday.
Yeah, and she's going to go, right, look in the Bible. It's not me, it's in the Bible. Yeah. Check. And you just go, this pastor's actually there.
It is.
But what I found in her, and I've gone to other churches, I've gone Kojic, I came back to Christ in New Testament, and I love both churches. Love both churches. But what I felt was that I needed this little small thing. Yes. This quiet.
100%.
Way of, you know what I mean?
And you saying that just made me think about school. I hated school. I sucked at school. I'm not a dumb person, but do not put me in a classroom. And that makes me realize church, I just felt, church and school, when the whole place is big and packed up, I just feel swallowed up. I'm insignificant. And I'm not a person that takes up a lot of space. I don't demand a lot of attention. So I won't get it. And I'm cool with that. I just won't participate. But in church, in small classrooms, I excelled. I'm like, I'm getting the attention I need, and I'm being spoken to directly. If you're talking to people in a general space, I'm not listening. I'm so sorry. If for anybody who talks to me in a general space, I'm not listening.
Yeah,
but if you're talking with me, making direct eye contact consistently, I have to stay focused because you'll catch me slipping.
Yeah.
And I don't want you to.
Yeah.
And so with church, Pastor Ruth and the setup, it's just amazing. It's intimate and it's just straight to the point. There's no waffling. It's just talk about God and God only. It's give him all the praise.
And to have it with life. Like, she would teach us how to be in life, how to deal with people, how to be with the word, deal with people, how to annex our dreams, the procrastination, getting out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like going to a boot camp.
Life.
Every week, going, right, what we're going to get at today.
Yeah.
And then you walk away from church going, my God, interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Normally I used to come from church going, all right, thank you, get all this, and go. Now I come out, I'm like, the pastor's going on. She's like she was in my head.
No, for real. Bare confirmation.
We
talk about something in a week, and she'd be like, "This is the subject." I'm like,
completely discerning.
You're a fly on our wall, aren't you?
And that's the great thing. It's like, so seeing you come through to that and coming to church, and then pastor getting you to sing because my girl can sing, but getting out there and just talking and I thought you have to find your way. Yeah, and you did. And then when you was in Jamaica,
oh man. That was perfect. You know what? From even the start of Jamaica is that each time I've been going, you and Daddy have been paying for me. And it felt amazing to, one, have my own job and pay for my own bills. To have my own job, pay for my flight to Jamaica. And be there like, I came on my own.
I did that.
Yeah,
I did that.
And that... Yeah. I couldn't get past that, and I think that's most definitely why I became a Christian in Jamaica with Grandma, because I was like, first and foremost, this is the best person to do it with, and this is the only way forward. I can't keep running away from what I know.
And that's the thing, isn't it? It's like right now we're in a really difficult time in the world, and people are searching, they're looking, and I find the world and media is trying to distract
completely
and take away. I remember my mum, I wasn't bringing you guys to Sunday school and for a couple of weeks, and my mum phoned me, she goes, the kids go to Sunday school from Jamaica. They go to Sunday school? I'm like, yeah, they go sometimes. And she was like, remember, you can make the decisions that you can make because you went to Sunday school.
Rockstone.
I went, okay. Yo, get up, we're going to church, you're going to church. And do you reckon you got to go to church was a nightmare? Because it was like, I left it as you can if you want, choice. But you don't have to. Yeah. But then it became, no, you're going. Because you're right, Mum. Yeah. You can make those decisions because of church, and you've got an answer to. Yes. You're not coming from no choice, no nothing. If you decide to come away from it, that's your choice. Yeah. But at least. Yeah.
I just believe that we all need to believe in a higher power.
We have to, and I, and that's the most important thing that we could stress today, is that we're not here by ourselves. We're not trying to act like we did this. It's the next stage, the divine intervention that we go through, and favour and the blessings of God for everything that we do. I really believe, we've got parking angels. We walk with favour. Anything happens, we're like, oh, can you, God, can we send these angels to deal with this? Yeah. And it gets dealt with. And I know there's angels in heaven going, gosh, I wish people would ask us to come down and help them.
Listen.
Because you know what? There's some angels up there that don't want, they want the work. They want the work. They want you to say, get me a parking space, please.
Yeah, get me this job, please.
There isn't a space I can't park. I could be literally driving up to a space and think the whole road is packed, and then somebody in front of me will indicate, and boom.
Dispatch your angels, dispatch.
Go. Yeah. We'll walk up the park and somebody's sitting on the bench that we like to sit on. It's like, oh God, could you send the angels up there? Because when we get up there, they're going to need to get up.
Dispatch.
And then as soon as we walk up there, they're like, the people are getting up.
I'm looking at them and I'm thinking, bro, you don't even know why you're standing up.
You don't know why you're going. You thought you were going to be here for the evening, but we're here now. But no, it's great to be able to talk about things that affect us, and that how we use that, and how we believe in prayer, and how we believe in, Almighty, and we're good with that. No compromise, no apologies. So lovely conversation today. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Nice to meet you. I'm Tru.
I'm Angie. So join us next week, or whenever we said join us.
Yeah.
Join us.
Just join us.
Just join us.